Hello everyone. So I hope everyone installed MySQL Workbench and we have seen how to install and how to create new instance. So next we are going to see CRUD operation that is available in MySQL. Now I created the instance MySQL practice. So I'm double clicking it. It asking for the password. I'm going to give admin at 123. So it is going into the compiler. So now I'm going to create a database. So first understand what is meant by database and then what is meant by SQL. So a database is nothing but it will have multiple tables inside it. Multiple tables. It, it will hold multiple tables. Now what is mean by SQL is if you want some tables from the database, if you want to take some tables from the database, you want to communicate with the database, right? The language that you want needs to communicate with the database is called SQL, which is nothing but structured query language. So now this is the language that we are going to learn. For to learn this language, we are going to use the database called MySQL. So we have multiple database called like MySQL, SQL Server, Oracle, PostgreSQL. We have multiple SQLs like database. We have n number of database which is used in the industry based on the technologies that industry is working out. They will choose the database what they want. I hope you understood what is mean by database and what is mean by SQL. Database is nothing but it will have multiple tables inside it. SQL is nothing but a language that to communicate with the tables in the database. So now before starting the CRUD operations we want a database, correct? So right now I'm creating a database, create database. So I'm creating a database name want to be given. I'm going to give a database called YouTube. Okay, so I'm just executing this. So how to execute this means like whenever you're writing any query, you want to give a semicolon at the end. So right now I'm deleting these two lines. Okay, so once it is done, just select this. To run it, you can give this lightning button or else you can give control enter. So once it is done, once the database is created, now you want to refresh. You want to see whether it is created actually. So how to refresh? You able to find a small refresh button in the schemas. In the schema span, we able to after the refresh, we able to see the database that created. So once the database is created, now you want to use the database, correct? YouTube, and I'm going to use this. So why I want to use this means I already have 2 3 databases to intimate the system that listen, I'm going to use YouTube now. So right, so for that I'm going to give use YouTube. So once I executed this, I able to see that the database currently in use is getting highlighted. So out of the 3 databases, YouTube is highlighted because of that is currently in use. Okay, I created the database. Now I used it. What is the next step? I want to create a table. Let's say I'm going to create a table called student. Create table name. So table name is student. So I want ID, name, age, city, and salary. Okay, sir, I created the student, but I know ID is the column which is will be in number, name is in string, age is in number, city is in string, salary is in number. But how system knows? The data of each and every column you want to mention its type. This is called data type. So let's say ID is an integer. ID is an integer. Name is an character, right? You can give variable character varchar. I'm giving varchar of 25. Maximum you can able to write 25 characters. That's why we are mentioning how many characters we want. In age, I'm giving integer. In city also I'm giving varchar of 25. In salary I'm giving no decimal of 7 comma 2. Okay, so now I close the bracket. So this is the way to create the table inside it. Now I created the table, and what are the columns I want, and what are the types of it. So I'm mentioning it. Okay, sir, what are the data types that is available in MySQL? Only these integer and varchar? No, we have multiple data types. So to learn about this, go to Google. You can go to the Google. You can see MySQL data type, MySQL data type documentation. So this is reference manual given by MySQL Workbench itself. So you'll be able to see the multiple data types. Let's say if I'm taking the numeric data types, you able to get integer, small int. So I will say you can, right now we are using only integer. So you can also use tiny int, small int, medium int, big int. So when I want to use, so if your values is between minus 128 to 127, you can go for tiny int. If your values is between minus 2 to the power of 63 to 2 to the power of 63 minus 1, you can go for big int. So based on the values that you're going to enter, you can fix your data type. So apart from this, we also have decimals. If you see the decimals, so what this decimal is saying means you can give decimal of 5 comma 2. So if you see, while creating the table I have given 7 comma 2. So what is the meaning of this is, so if you see this 5 comma 2, the values that you can enter is, so if you see maximum 999 and 0.99, it's 5 digits. You can include maximum of 5 digits. In that 5 digits you can use 2 decimals. So I hope you understood. In the 5 digits you can maximum use 2 decimals. So that is the meaning of 5 comma 2. Right now in our things we can use 5 digits with 2 decimals. That is the meaning of 7 comma 2, maximum 7, which can include 2 decimals. So now you can also refer float, decimal, everything in the manual. So apart from this, we also have string. Are able to see the string data types. We have character, varchar, binary, var binary, blob, text, enum, set. So we have multiple things, but commonly we use this char and varchar. You can look into the remaining things. So what is this char and varchar is? If you see, if I mention char of 4, maximum you can write 4 characters. If I use varchar of 4, here also you can give maximum of 4 characters. So then what is the difference between char and varchar is, if you are mentioning 4, it will allocate 4 spaces normally. What will do? It will normally allocate 4 spaces. Now if you are entering only 2 values, while inserting the values, if you are entering only 2, what will happen in the char is, the remaining 2 spaces is a wastage actually. You mentioned totally 4 characters, it allocated 4 spaces, but you are entering only 2 means the remaining 2 is an wastage. So to avoid this, we are using varchar. In varchar, if it's you are mentioning as 4, but while entering you are just entering the 2 characters, it will automatically remove the remaining characters. Only that it will allocate memory for the 2 letters or 2 characters that you are inserting. I hope you understood the character and varchar. Character is nothing but if you are mentioning a number of like 4 characters you want, you're going to enter here maximum of. While entering, you are just entering 1 or 2 characters. The remaining space is getting wasted. While in varchar, it is not the case. Automatically, it will remove the remaining things. It will not make you, like, wastage of memory is prohibited here. Okay, sir. Now we created the table. So once we created the table, select this and give the lightning button. Yes, successfully we created the table. To see whether my table is created, you can give describe student. So right now I am describing the student. I'm entering it. Yes, I able to see my table which have the fields, types, and what are the characters, like, what is the data type of my fields. Okay, now I created the table. Now I want to insert some values into it, correct? So table is created. Now you want to insert some values. Now insert into student values. So now I'm going to insert into the table called student the values I'm going to enter. You want to follow the same order that you have mentioned while creating the table. First is ID, then his name, I'm giving Raju, then age is 24, then city is Delhi, next is salary. So as I said, salary you can maximum enter 7. It's 25 123.50. So now after I'm just selecting this line, I'm running this, it executed successfully. I hope you're able to see the lightning button at the last. So once the value is inserted, so listen carefully how I'm inserting. Insert into table name values, each and every values one by one, so in the same order that I have mentioned in the table creation. Got it? Now once that we inserted the values, to see the data inside the table, you want to give select star from student. That is my table name. Guys, listen, the star means all the columns. If I execute this, so the table is displaying, the student table is displayed here with all the columns. Star means what? All the columns. If you want in different order, if you want to only the ID, if you want only the name, you can mention that columns alone and you can run. You will get only the ID and name. So I want name first, ID at the last. Yes, you can do that. Are able to see here? So right now I am taking the all the columns. That star means all the columns in the table. Yes. Now how to insert a multiple values? Now listen, I'm going to insert four more values at the same time. Sir, if suppose I'm not having the city information for Puja, now I want to insert but I don't have a city information of Puja, then what can I do? Now in this case you want to insert into student. Now here you want to mention what are the columns you're going to mention, like insert. So right now I have ID of the puja, and this next is ID, name. I'm having name, age, and salary information of puja, but I don't have city. So I'm going to insert in this order. So then give values. Okay. Now ID is 102. Her name is Pooja. Then her age is 30. Then salary is 30,000.45. So we can remove this. So now it inserted successfully. I created and executed. You're able to see this. It is inserted successfully. Sir, what are you saying? You have not even mentioned the city of Puja. So if you don't know any values, just intimate the system that I'm going to insert a new data only on this columns. So now it is created successfully. Now if I see my table, select star from student. I hope you're able to see here, all of you. All of you able to see. Initially, Raju is inserted. Now Pooja is also inserted. But what the value I'm getting for city for Pooja? It is null because you don't know the value of city. While inserting, you just inserted the values in these four columns. That is the meaning of it. Got it? All of you getting this? Next is okay, sir. We created and well, if you want to insert many things, you can give the same order. So I want to insert multiple values. Let's say I'm going to insert three more values. I'm just taking it out, insert into student values. So now you can give one by one, comma, comma. So I'm going to enter four more values. Let's say 102. 102 is already mentioned. 103. Mala 28. So instead of Delhi, I am going to give Mumbai. So the same salary. So I'm just taking one more. 104. Kevin. Next age is 32. And Chennai. Next is let's say 50,000. So yeah, I hope this is enough. We inserted two more records. If you want multiple records, just you can give command, you can do that. It inserted successfully. Now again, if you give select star from student, select this line, if you execute, you're able to get all the records is displaying here that you inserted. So I hope you understood how to create a database and how to create a table with data types that mentioned. I hope a documentation is also shown. After that, what we have done, we inserted some values and we seeing that inserted values by using select statement. Got it, everyone? Now coming to the CRUD operations, we done with create. Listen, we done with create, we done with read. Now we are going to see update and delete. Update and delete. Sir, what is this update and delete? See, create, yes, we seen how to create a table, how to create a database. Done, right? Now coming to read. So we read the table by using select statement, right? We select star from. So using select syntax, we know how to read the table inside the database. Got it? Now we want to know how to update and delete the values inside the database, like a table. Now I'm giving select star from. Guys, it is case insensitive, like it is not a sensitive to any case state. Like case, you can give a you can use either capital letter or small letters. Select star from, I'm giving student. Now this is my table. Now I'm going to update first. Sir, let's say I know the city of Puja now. Let's say I'm going to update. So what is the meaning of update? Means updating some values. I'm going to update the value of Puja to Chennai. Now listen the syntax, update student set. That means you're going to update the student table set, city equal to what? Chennai. So I'm going to update city as Chennai, where name is equal to Puja, or else you can give any conditions. So I'm giving ID, just ID is equal to 1 or 2. So what it will do means whoever is having ID as 1 or 2, it will go and update the city as Chennai. Let me see here. Let me see here. Okay, sir, it is throwing me an error. Are you able to see here? It is throwing me an error while I'm trying to update. So for the security concern, whenever you're updating, it will not allow you to update. So you want to give set SQL safe updates is equal to 0. So whenever you're updating your data or your table, you want to say that set SQL safe updates is equal to 0. So after the execution of it only you able to update, because there is a security concern. So no one, like anyone can update. It's creating a big problem. So before updating anything, you want to intimate the system that everything is safe. Set SQL safe updates equal to 0. Once it is executed, now you can update. Now I'm executing this line. Okay, yes, it executed successfully. Now I'm looking into the table. Now select star from student. Are you able to see here, guys? Puja, from null it is updated to Chennai. Are you able to see this? It updated to Chennai. Now, okay, sir. Now I want to update. I want to update all the Chennai into Madras. All the Chennai into Madras. How to do that? Come on, tell me. Update student set city equal to Madras. Sorry, where city equal to Chennai. So what it will do? Whoever is having Chennai as a city, it will, for all the people, it's previously we have shown one update, we are giving multiple update here. Whoever is having city as Chennai, it will go and update their city as Madras. Are you getting this, everyone? Are you getting this, everyone? All of you? Now I'm executing this line. It executed successfully. Now again I'm looking into my table. Are you able to see here, guys? All the Chennai is updated as Madras. Got it, everyone? All of you getting this update? Yeah. Now, sir, update is clear. It is nothing but updating some values using some condition where. Now, how to delete. Let's say I want to delete a guy, Kevin. Select, sorry, delete from student where id is equal to 104. So what will happen if you deleting the things from student? I want to delete something from student. I want to delete the row from student where id is 104. So then where whoever is having the id 104, it will go and delete that row. If you see here, I'm executing this. Now again, I'm looking into my table, select star from student. Are you able to see here, guys? Automatically 104 is deleted. This is a single delete. Multiple delete is also possible. Same thing. Delete from student where city is equal to, or else let's say who where city is equal to, let's say I'm giving Delhi, or you can say where age, whoever is having the age greater than, whoever is having the age greater than or less than, who's having age lesser than 30, I want to delete it. If you see, there is two guys who is lesser than 30, 24 and 28. So when I'm executing this, it executed successfully. Now I'm looking into the student, are able to see the 24 and 29 got deleted. So this is some multiple things. So I hope you understood the CRUD operation, guys. All of you, yes, all of you. One thing is how to create, how to read, update and delete. We also seen single update and group update, single delete and group delete. So this is the basic CRUD operation that is required for each and every data analyst and data engineers to work on. Thanks for watching this video. Thanks everyone. Bye all of you.